again with another video. So as y'all seen by the title and the thumbnail, y'all know what I am going to be talking about today in this story time. So y'all, before I really get too far into my video, please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Hit that notification bell down below. Make sure y'all get all the notifications when I post a video. Also, make sure y'all tell y'all friends about me to come subscribe to my channel. So basically, let's just get straight into this video. Okay, so this video, as y'all seen by the title, y'all already know kind of what's going on in this video or whatever. So the title has something to do with like I'm done, or y'all just gonna be seeing no more videos of me. And as y'all know, I have a boyfriend that did a boyfriend tag on my channel, right? And I have people that have came in my DMs asking me, you know, can I do another video with him and stuff like that. So my answer to those people is no. I will not be doing another video with him anytime soon. There are reasons behind why we can't do a video, but we're gonna get into the reasons why. All of that is over with. That was a one-time thing. We expected more, to do more, stuff like that. But things happen and things come up and things don't always go as planned. That's for one. So we can't get mad at the situation. Because, you know, people plan things and things don't always go the way it's supposed to go. Basically. I'm first start out by saying that me and Orion has a great relationship with each other. You know, we have our ups and downs, you know, we argue. We're gonna be regular people, like, we're gonna argue, okay? But, he moved away, y'all. This might be an emotional topic for me, I really don't know. But, Orion had him and his, you know, family or whatever that was going through some things. I can't really speak on it because it's not my part to speak on it. It came to the point where, oh my God, I sound country. It came to the point where it was like they were moving, right? So I didn't know this, y'all. I didn't mind y'all. This whole day, okay, November the 28th, right? He just moved like not too long ago, not even 2 weeks ago. I want to say. Sorry if I keep touching my hair. But like 2 days after Thanksgiving, me and Ryan usually go to sleep on the phone, wake up on the phone, stuff like that. The typical teenage couple stage or whatever. So this particular morning we wake up and I hung up the phone because I think my mama called me. So I hung up the phone, called him back. You know, this day, we actually stayed on the phone for a pretty good little while and we talked or whatever. So, in the midst of us talking, you know, I'm hearing stuff in the background, but I'm not nosy like that to be paying attention. So, I'm hearing his mama say, you know, get this and do that. But I'm not paying attention to what they're doing it for. At this point, he had never told me nothing. Like, this was brought up in the past, but then it was canceled. Like, the idea was thrown in the air, but then it was canceled. And even when he told me then, he had told me weeks before it actually happened. And then he was like, you know, that's canceled out. That's not an option anymore. Or it's not that it wasn't an option. It was canceled out. Everything was, I'm going to say, still down. I don't know. November 28th, you know, having a typical conversation. And we're still talking or whatever. We're just doing what we do. In the middle part of that day, while we were on the phone, we got into like a deep conversation about something. And we wasn't arguing, but we wasn't not arguing, if you get what I'm saying. It was like a conversation that you get loud on. It's like a debate. Like we was talking about something that didn't concern us, but we was talking about something. If y'all know what that means, like dudes talk about sports stuff. It was something like that. It wasn't like we was arguing about something that we had done. It was just we was in a debate, if y'all know what I'm saying. So I think I got off the phone, you know, and I did what I did, you know. I chilled out for that day, right? So around, I'm gonna say, I don't even know, y'all. I'm gonna say at the most like 8 o'clock, right? You know it get dark outside. So all I know is it was dark outside. And at this point, I'm on the phone with my best friend, you know, chilling. Like, I'm just doing me. I'm on the phone with my best friend, and I get a text. And I might try to pop the text on the screen, but I don't know the text word for word, okay? So the text was like, I got something to tell you. And when anybody tell me that, before they tell me, I'd be like, is it bad? To prepare myself. I'd be like, is it bad? And he was like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. Like, what happened? And I even told my best friend, I was like, Narayan just told me he got something to tell me and it's bad. I'm like, oh, like my heart started beating fast, stuff like that. So she was like, girl, it's nothing. This is my best friend talking to me. She was like, girl, it's nothing. Don't even worry about it. It was her. I'm like, well, okay, let's see what he's gonna say. So he was like, it's bad. I was like, okay, when do you want to tell me? He was like, I can tell you now if you want me to. So I'm like, do you want me to call you or you gonna send it through text? He said, send through text. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm finna get whatever he gotta tell me bad through text. And text don't read out too well, if y'all know what I'm saying. When you tell somebody bad, something bad through text, it's a whole nother type of, if y'all know what I'm trying to say, it's a whole nother type of thing, right? It's not the same as it would with somebody calling you and telling you whatever they gotta tell you. Text, you read it and you gonna keep processing it as you read. You're gonna read that text over and over again. It's gonna make you feel even worse every time you read it. I'm just saying, that's how it made me feel. So he was like, we're leaving for Texas. So I'm like, no, you can't be for real. Like, no, that's impossible. Why are you moving to Texas? So at that point, he wasn't even telling me like why they were moving. He was just like, we're moving to Texas. I'm like, okay. And I'm still confused. I'm like, what, how? Like, I was like, what, why, how? That was me. I actually said that in the mix. I was like, what, why, how? You know, tell me. I need to know what's going on. So I'm like, can I call you on the phone? His response to me was, no, I can't talk right now. And then, so that made me even more. So y'all, at this point, I done told my best friend what was going on, right? Cause I started crying. So as I started crying, I'm still texting him. She was like, this might be a prank. Like, because I had pranked Narayan so many times off camera. So it's like, okay, can I even tell him something serious at this point and not be playing? That's how I be. So, she was like, maybe he playing, stuff like that. And me deep down inside knowing that he not playing because I know what's going on with him and I know what it is and what it ain't. If you know, like I know what it is and I know what it's not and I know what it's gonna be, right? But I didn't know that it was gonna be Texas next. Like, I didn't know that the next move was Texas. So she was like, well, ask him when they moving. So all I was going through my mind was, okay, he leaving soon, so let me go. Let me try, or maybe tomorrow I can go see him. Maybe the next day I could go see him. Maybe that was my mindset. Maybe tomorrow I can go see him before he leave, you know, to get a proper goodbye. There were no, like, this goodbye was the worst, okay? So I text him. I'm like, okay, so when are you leaving? He was like, today. Wait a minute. Today? You been knew hours ago that you was gonna leave and go to a whole different state. That's what it was. So I'm like, okay, what to do now? So I'm thinking he ain't left yet. They just, you know, still at the house. They just now starting to pack it up. Mind you, as I said earlier in the video, his mom had him getting stuff, but I didn't know what for, you know, because I wasn't paying attention. He was like, no. Like, so who coming to get y'all? How y'all leaving? stuff like that. He was like, okay, a family member coming to get us. And I'm like, all right. So this all through text, y'all. This is all through text. Mind you, I'm getting everything through text. So it's like, was I mad? I was mad, but I was more hurt than mad. If y'all get it. So he was like, a family member is coming to get us. What? Now, if y'all heard what I said, he said a family member is coming to get us. He didn't tell me a family member came and picked us up. When I texted him, y'all, he was dang near out of Mississippi just about. He was dang near out of Mississippi already. Basically, he left, right? He didn't tell me or text me until he was on the road. So they hit me even more hard to know, like, okay, you already gone. Like, you gone. You're on the road, down the road. There's no turning back at all. It ain't like he can come meet me or I can meet, have a proper goodbye. Like, it was none of that. So the communication about that wasn't there at all. So I'm like, okay, I got these. I was like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna hold on. So with all this going on, I'm still on the phone with my bestie. Narayan was like, he's still texting me. He gone. He was trying to apologize. I'm like, I'm hurt. So I'm crying to my best friend. I couldn't understand. And then at the same time, I'm like, I didn't want to do a long distance relationship. That was like the last thing I wanted to do was a long distance relationship. I'm like, okay, I don't want nobody that I gotta always be on the phone with. Like, I want some. I wanna link. I wanna go out. I wanna go do stuff. I wanna chill. Like, I wanna actually give you a hug. If you know what I'm saying. I don't wanna have to talk to you through phone. That was my mindset at the time. So basically, he was asking me, what do I want to do? How do I want to do it? Like, do I want to break up? Do I not? So at this point, I'm crying, boohoo crying, like crying to my friends, like, oh my God, I can't do this. Now, I'm a very social media person, but I couldn't even post nothing on there because Instagram, Snapchat, all that was irrelevant. So it was just me trying to figure out why they was leaving. So at that point, I lost a friend and I lost my boyfriend. Because mind you, he has a twin sister. I don't think y'all knew that. But my boyfriend has a twin sister that is my friend. So they left. They all left. So I just lost a friend. I just lost a boyfriend. He was like my escape. He was somebody that I could go to, or like when I don't want to be at home no more, or when I just want to get away from my people. You don't want to be cooped up under the same people all the time. It's always, sometimes you just want to get away. Now I don't have that no more. Like, I don't have that, can I come with you? Or he can't even call me and be like, hey, can I come with you? Or can I come chill at your house? Or can we do this? Last time we spent together was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day was the last time I seen him. The last time I hugged him. Anything in that type of sort. No, that was the last thing. That was the last time for everything. Like, not knowing that it was gonna actually be the last time. Because if I knew it was gonna be the last time, the hug would have been longer. The talk would have been longer. Everything would have been longer. I would have cherished the moment. Like, I cherished it, but I cherished it as I was gonna get that again, or I was gonna see that again. Like, I was gonna actually see him again. That's how I looked at the situation. Like, that's how I was looking at it. So when he up and left, they like tore me apart. They tore me into pieces. On top of that, the day before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, my great auntie had passed away due to COVID. So on top of that, my boyfriend just left. Right. All that on top of each other. I'm sure there's plenty of people in this world with way more bigger problems than me. But that hurt on top of hurt is hurt. So when I cried, it was like I cried that whole night. Okay? So I couldn't even get on the phone with Narayan and have a talk with him without crying. I texted him and was like, can we talk? This was like later on in the night. This was like going on to like 12 o'clock that night. They still in the car, still traveling, because obviously they had just left. Or not just left, but left like a couple hours. And they still had hours to go. Because it was 11 hours away, I think. So, I was like, okay, can I at least tell you goodnight? You know, just say a few words to you. So, I get on the phone. I'm good before I get on the phone, y'all. I had finally, you know, calmed down, stopped crying. I was listening to music, you know. I was chilling. Like, I was on the TV, listening to music. Chilling, I was bumping too. Alright, I turned the music off. I get on the phone with him. And it was like, hello. I was like, he was like, hello. I'm like, hello. He was like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm still trying to see if all this true. So I'm like, so you really gone? And he was like, yeah, like, I'm gone. And I'm like, okay. And I bust out tears, and it was like, when I bust out into tears, it was like, okay. He was like, I'm sorry. And I couldn't do nothing but say, I love you, and hang up the phone. Because I didn't want to hear him. I didn't want him to hear me crying, because, like, it's like we was both going through it. But at the same time, I felt like he wasn't as hurt as I was, being that he was going to a place or back home. Texas is his home. As he said earlier, as he said in our video, the boyfriend said video, if y'all go watch that, y'all know he said he was from Austin, Texas. So basically Texas is his home, and he was going back. Everything that he knew, or everybody that he mostly knew, he got family down here in Mississippi, but everybody that he knew was in Texas. Like, his dad, like, people like that was in Texas. His auntie, stuff like that, they were in Texas. So it was like, okay, I guess he moving for the better and stuff like that. Not knowing when the next time I'm gonna see him, but I want this relationship to last, but don't nobody know how it's gonna go with it being, you know, all long distance and stuff. Ooh. Don't nobody know that. I don't know that. I don't know that. The next person don't know that. Nobody knows when, what, or how things gonna go down from the next 2 or 3 months. Mind y'all, what's today's date? Oh, we're 9 months. We have been 9 months into this relationship, and I have been there with him, and he have been there with me through thick and thin, to be honest with you. From with all the stuff that we've been through as a couple and individuals, with family, with just with everything and anything. It's like a whole different feel, like. And when I looked at the situation when it first came out, like, okay, I just wasted 9 months of my time. Like, that's how I looked at it at first. I'm like, okay, we 9 months into this relationship. Oh my God, the train always come in my videos. And that I can't really hold him accountable for was or is that he didn't tell me that he was leaving. When he knew he was leaving, when he knew I could have came and saw him the day that he left, or the day that they even decided to leave. I could have, I could have pulled up, it could have been a proper goodbye. For the people that might be questioning, like, okay, he's saying this and that, but are y'all still together? Yes, me and him is still together. Yes, we're gonna try this thing out. And yes, we're gonna try to make it work. But honestly, I'm not gonna force anything. Whatever happens, happens.